Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you are new, welcome. It is the end of July, so you know what it is time for, my July candle empties. I did set a goal for 20 empties and I ended up surpassing it by 3 candles and ended up with 23 candle empties for the end of July. So let's hop into this video and see what candles I burnt through. So let's start with this beauty burning beside me. It is none other than Spanish Moss from Cringle. I absolutely love this candle. Strength and throw was consistent through the entire burn. I give it a solid 7 in my open concept without the use of a hurricane. I did repurchase this candle during the Memorial Day sale. I do have other green fragrances and like fresh floral green scents that I need to burn through, so I probably won't pull my back out right away. I'll probably just burn it in the spring of next year. But just to show you guys, I am literally on the last burn. Beautiful burn, clean wax. Due to the nature of the jar style, it does accumulate some soot the deeper down into the burn that you get with the candle. But overall, this candle performed beautiful from top to bottom. I'm so glad to have a backup of it. And if it's a sale, because Cringle does an amazing sale at the end of the year, I just may snag another one so I could burn my backup in the spring and then burn the second purchased one during the summertime, because this was beautiful to burn from spring throughout the summer, and it's a beautiful fall scent as well. I think it would transition as a nice fall scent. I absolutely love this candle, and as long as it is around, I will continue to purchase it. Next, we have Tropical Breeze from Yankee. I believe this is a discontinued scent, so I don't have the scent notes for it, but overall, this was a tropical, fruity floral fragrance with a nice fresh palm leaf note to it. Strength and throw was a solid 7 in my bedroom without the use of a hurricane. And yes, this one is so good that if Yankee decided to bring it back, I would definitely repurchase it. I really enjoyed that as a beachy summertime bedroom fragrance, so absolutely enjoyed this one. Wish I had a backup of it, but I wasn't sure how it was going to perform. And I think I hauled this last February, and I'm just getting around to finishing it. So really enjoyed this candle, and if it does come back, I highly recommend it. Then we have Sweet As Can Be from Cringle, aka I think it's called Lemon Sugar Marshmallow, which I do have one of those in the large 2-wick jar, and I had a total of 3 of these when they went on sale, so I have 2 more in my stash to enjoy. The scent notes are lemon, pastry, butter, vanilla, and sugar. This had a high strength and throw in my open concept, so nice. I would give it a solid 8 to 8.5. I could smell it throughout my open concept. It traveled to the second level of my home without the use of a hurricane. This was a nice lemon like butter cake type of scent. It almost reminded me of lemon butter cake, or lemon butter cake from Goose Creek reminds me of this Sweet As Can Be candle from Cringle. Nice clean burn on it, no issues with the wicks or anything while the candle was burning, because I have ran into issues where either some of my wicks on my 3 wicks, they'll either start to dud out, or as I get closer to the end of the candle, the wicks will drift. But I don't recall having any issues with this one. Obviously, I absolutely love the fragrance, so I did back it up, and if it returns next spring for Easter, I would definitely repurchase it. Next up is Ice Cream Float from Bath & Body Works. Now, this fragrance was just okay to me. Since it was new, I did pick it up. I did a dedicated review of it here on the channel. I believe the strength and throw was a solid 5 for me in my bedroom space, and even on my warmer, it didn't do too much in my open concept, because I did end up burning it to the halfway point and putting it on the warmer because I just wasn't enjoying it as a bedroom fragrance, and it wasn't strong enough for me to just light it in my open concept and enjoy it. And even if I blended it, sorry for the ice maker in the background, y'all, but even if I were to blend this with something, whatever I blended it with would have overpowered it. So this is a one and done for me. It was nice to try it out. It was nice to review it on the channel, but overall, it was just okay. Scent notes are fizzing cola, frightful vanilla float, and spooky sweetness. Another light performer for me in my open concept, Strawberry Sponge Cake from Goose Creek. Now, I do enjoy this fragrance. I like it better than Strawberry Pound Cake from Bath & Body Works, but this had a low medium strength and throw in my open concept. I give it a 5 out of 10, so it was more of a background type of scent. On my warmer, it got up to a 6 max. It wasn't no issues with the burn. It burnt pretty clean until I got it to the halfway point and just decided to toss it on my warmer. The scent notes are strawberry cake, cream cheese icing, lemon, vanilla, and buttercream. I don't know if it was just this batch, so you guys let me know if you have had this in other iterations, like different label designs. Did it perform better? Because I wouldn't mind repurchasing it, maybe in the Goose Creek Signature Collection jar. But this particular one and done. Unless I hear that it performs much better in another packaging style, I may pick it up again, because I really do like the scent. It's just it wasn't strong enough for me in my open concept to enjoy it. These next 6 candles are from Cringle. This is the Fresh Watermelon candle. I love this fragrance. Oh, this was so nice, and I did pair it with Minty Melon. Absolutely loved it. Strength and Throw for me was a solid 7 in my open concept. However, after the first burn, I did get puny wicks throughout this candle, so I had to cotton ball it, I want to say at least 3 times, and I didn't want to give up on it because I really enjoyed how it looked while illuminated. This is a painted jar, so these are going away, unfortunately. I wasn't a fan of every painted jar design, but the ones that looked like this were really cute, and they looked really nice while lit up. I would repurchase this because I did enjoy the fragrance and the Strength and Throw. It's just those puny wicks and having to constantly cotton ball it. I really didn't enjoy doing that. So this was the only one I purchased. I don't have a backup of it in my stash. No scent notes under the jar, but it is pretty much what it says it is. It's a nice fresh watermelon scent. I do have a backup of Minty Melon. I love that candle, and I'm not having any performance issues with that one. And the Strength and Throw is a little bit higher than this one. I would say Minty Melon is at least a solid 8 in my open concept, 8 to 8.5 without a hurricane. So this was a good solid performer. If it's still available on the site, I do recommend it. Just be prepared for those puny wicks to come about, probably 2 to 3 burns into the candle, and just keep an eye on it so you can cotton ball it and prevent it from dutting out on you. But overall, I enjoyed the fragrance. I absolutely love Garden Fresh from Cringle. I did repurchase it. I repurchased pretty much all of the scents from the spring summer line this year that was released, except Aegean Zest. That's the only one that I picked up in the wax melts and did not purchase in a candle form at all. No 3-wick, no 2-wick. That scent was just okay to me. But I absolutely love this fragrance. I paired it with other green scents that I had, and it was good on its own. Solid 7 in my open concept. And on the last burn, I think I was reviewing something in my open concept. So I put this in my bedroom, not expecting to enjoy it as a bedroom scent, because to me it just gives kitchen dining room vibes. And it was so nice. Strength and Throw was a solid 8 in my bedroom. I enjoyed it in my bedroom as well as my open concept. These lids be hard to get off sometimes. Beautiful burn on this candle. Not a ton of soot accumulated on the jar. So glad to have it back up. I hope it sticks around. I think the Cringle candles that come out usually do stick around for a while before they decide to discontinue them. So I'm glad I do have a backup. Probably won't pull it out until next spring, but if I'm absolutely loving it again next year and it's still available, I would definitely repurchase it. And the scent notes for Garden Fresh are floral, green, herbal, rhubarb, musk, and green. So I do have a dedicated review of this candle on the channel. If you want to check it out, it is still available. And I think they even put it in a large 4-wick. So it probably will be around for a good while. Absolutely love this candle. Then I went ahead and burned through 2 bottle rockets from Cringle. Thanks to Katie. Shout out to Katie over at Katie's Joyful Life for sending me hers. She ended up decluttering hers to me. In a nice box that had Tea Time and 2 other fragrances from the country candle lineup. I enjoyed this one. I know everybody wasn't a fan of this candle, but I enjoyed it. This leaned more cherry raspberry than cherry citrus, like Firecracker Pop from Bath and Body Works. Now, when I first started burning this candle, it was a solid 7 in my open concept, but by the time I got to the halfway point, it kind of changed and dropped down to a 6. So Katie's candle arrived just in time because I was able to put one in my living room and one in my dining room and boost the Strength and Throw back up to fill in my open concept at least a solid 7. Enjoyed these. I know they're still around, but this is the type of scent that I usually associate with a July candle burn. So if it's still around next year, or if it sells out and comes back again, I wouldn't mind repurchasing it. I really enjoyed it. I did do a dedicated review of it on the channel, and as you can see, both of these performed nicely. So yes, I would absolutely repurchase Bottle Rocket, aka Bomb Pop from where I'm from. Another Cringle candle I enjoyed, Chiffon Parfait and Peony. This was such a beautiful fragrance in the bedroom. Strength and throw was a solid 7 for me. It did burn a little hot around the 3-hour mark, so I either had to watch my burn time or do a mid-wick trim during the burn so that I could clip off the carbon balls and just light it back up and enjoy it for a couple of hours more if I wanted to burn it beyond 3 hours. But other than that, it didn't give me too much staying on top of it. I didn't get a ton of soot accrual on the jar. Don't know if I said strength and throw was a solid 7, but if you are familiar with the fragrance Delina in perfume, this is a good dupe of that fragrance. I know a lot of people compare this to Pink Petal Tea Cake from BBW. This didn't give me that vibe, but it's still a nice fragrance. I highly recommend it. It's still available. I'm not sure how the strength and throw is on the 4-wick because this, for it to be a perfumey scent, is not overpowering and headache inducing, but it's definitely noticeable in a bedroom space. And if you want to bump up the strength and throw, you could always put it in a hurricane, but I felt it did just fine without one. Again, I have a backup. I probably won't pull it out until next year, but if I burn through that one in early spring and I'm craving this one again and it's still around, I would definitely repurchase it. Scent notes are lychee or lychee, however you prefer to pronounce it, bergamot, rhubarb, rose, magnolia, peony, vetiver, vanilla, musk, and cashmere. Now this one right here, Blackjack, was a total letdown for me. I don't know if I just got a bad batch or a dud. Absolutely love the fragrance. However, the strength and throw in my bedroom, even in a hurricane, was low. I think this maxed out at like a 4 out of 10 for me. But I did see other people that got at least a solid 7. So they are so lucky because this fragrance is so amazing. But I don't think I'll chance repurchasing it just to see if I'll get a stronger strength and throw. So while I did enjoy the fragrance, as fast as I got this, it went right back out of my stash because I just kept burning it. It didn't burn hot and fast. It didn't give me any issues. It's just towards the last burn, as you can see, the wick drifted towards the end as it was finishing out. But overall, if you like softer, more background type scents that are like, to me, this was fresh and masculine smelling. I did do a shorts on it. It was cologne-like, but it was like a fresh, clean scent as well. Scent notes are bergamot, eucalyptus, juniper, lavender, crushed peppercorn, moss, amber, cedar, tonka bean, and musk. So a lot of scent notes, but overall this is a softer scent profile. So don't let those scent notes scare you into thinking this is going to be a strong headache inducing masculine cologne scent. It's not. It's really nice. It's just, for me, the strength and throw wasn't to my liking, so this will be a one and done. Moving on to some BBW candles, Turquoise Waters. This was one of the first candles, aside from Sun Drenched Linen and Laundry Day, that I purchased from Bath & Body Works that I absolutely love. This had a solid 7 strength and throw in my bedroom. The one prior to this one, I think this one was from 2024. So the one from 2023, I didn't get good strength and throw with that one, and I remember returning it. It was in this nice, pretty packaging. I purchased 2 of them, and I ended up exchanging them because I couldn't smell them, but I'm so glad this one performed better. Scent notes are Coastal Waves, Sparkling Bergamot, and Sun Drenched Musk. And overall, this had a beautiful burn on this candle. No dudding out, no soot in the wax pool. This one I think had core wicks. Yeah, so this had the thin core wick, so I did have to like keep an eye on my burn time with it to keep it from burning hot and fast. But overall, I enjoyed this. It was nice to revisit it. And if it returns next year, because I don't think it came back this year, I may pick up one more to try it again next year. Another Yankee I finished, Emerald Herbs. This started out at a 6 in my open concept, and by the midpoint dropped down to a 5. So I don't know what happened because I was really enjoying this fragrance. On the front, the scent notes just have thyme and earthy soil. This was a very time forward fragrance, nice green herbal. And it still has some scent to it. It's just the throw kind of diminished from what I experienced during the first half of the candle. And then as I got from the midway point down, it just went down to like a 4 to a 5. I ended up burning it in my kitchen and could only smell it when I walked into my kitchen. I didn't repurchase it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I do like the labels. Green is my favorite color, so I enjoyed the packaging as well as the wax color. But I hope Yankee gets the consistency of strength and throw with their candles together, because a lot of the candles in this collection did not perform well for me in strength and throw. The burn quality was good. I didn't have any issues with the burn. It just was the strength and throw. The honeybee tea one, I think that one was the strongest one for me. So that's the last one that I have to burn through, and I'll be done with this entire collection. But none of them were repurchase worthy to me. It was nice. I like that Yankee did try to do something different for spring, but this one and done for me. Next up is Moonlight Goddess from BBW. I love this fragrance so much. I did repurchase it, so I have one more of it in my stash. No, it's not the strongest candle, but in my bedroom, for me, it performed at a solid 6, so I was able to enjoy it. It was present whether I was in the room with the candle lit or if I walked in and out. Didn't have any issues, no puny wicks or anything like that. Tiny bit of soot accumulation, but it could have been worse. This does have the thin core wicks, so just stay on top of your burn time and make sure you trim your wicks. Scent notes are French lavender, pear blossom, and golden vanilla. If you want an in-depth review, check out my review on the channel. But I know some people were saying that theirs was super low in strength and throw. But if you do enjoy the fragrance, just hold on to your receipt if you want to check out the fragrance in candle form. And if you just find it is underperforming, then just swap it out or, you know, return it and get your money back. But for me, this was a soft medium, so I wouldn't put it in my open concept. It's definitely more of a bedroom, office, bathroom type performer. But overall, I did enjoy the fragrance, and I'm glad to have a backup. Next up from Goose Creek is Vanilla Bean. This performed at about a 6 to a 6.5 in my open concept. I ended up blending it with the Patrick candle or other gourmands like my lemon butter cake from Goose Creek. I can't. Vanilla is nice, but very much basic if it doesn't have anything else with it. So I wouldn't repurchase this. It is nicely done. It has a nice strength and throw for a vanilla fragrance. I did enjoy the scent, but I'm just not a vanilla, like straightforward vanilla girly. This one had the flat curling wicks, and it did get some soot. It could burn hot and fast at times, but the wax didn't get super discolored, or you know, the fragrance didn't get tarnished from any soot. But I did notice some soot collecting in the jar, so I definitely had to watch my burn time with this one. So if you want a nice throw-in, noticeable, you know, soft medium vanilla bean fragrance, if this was in a bedroom, it would probably perform at a solid 7. But for me, I preferred it in my open concept. Not terrible. Like I said, a really nice vanilla fragrance. Just, I'm not a vanilla girly, so one and done for me. I'm one who enjoys the mahoganies of Bath and Body Works. Mahogany vanilla, mahogany coconut, mahogany apple, mahogany teakwood intense. Do they got any other ones? Mahogany balsam. So I absolutely enjoyed this candle. This one had thin flat curling wicks. It performed great for me in my open concept. Solid 7 out of 10. Now towards the end, my wicks did drift, so that's why they look so close. I had to push them back from going too far out to the edges. But other than that, this performed well. I didn't get a lot of soot accumulation in the jar. Wax didn't get discolored. This is my last mahogany coconut. I think it was Candle Day when this specific jar style came out, and I had went back for round 2 at the store to get the, was it the Murano collection? I don't know if I'm mixing my Candle Days up, because I didn't shop Candle Day last year with Bath and Body Works. But I remember this was the only one up at the register, and I was like, let me just get it. And I held on to it and finally burned through it and enjoyed it, and can't wait for it to come back so I can purchase another one. Speaking of the mahoganies, Mahogany Teakwood Intense. Now, this one used to be a 10 out of 10 powerhouse for me. I think I burnt this twice in my open concept, and I had this before, I want to say last year, where I tried it in my open concept, and it was not filling my open concept, y'all. I don't know if they changed it to where it's not as strong and headache inducing as it used to be. But this one I have to burn in my bedroom for me to get it up to, I would say, a 7 to 8 range for Mahogany Teakwood Intense. Which is good, because before I used to have to, like, 2 hours was enough for me, and I had to blow it out because it would be too much in my bedroom. And I like scents like this as a bedroom fragrance. So I figure if it's too strong in my bedroom, put it in my open concept. But these last 2 years, this year and the year before of me having it, it just wasn't 10 out of 10 powerhousing. But for this fragrance, it doesn't need to be. But it would be nice if I could burn this. Maybe next time I get it, I'll try it in a hurricane in my open concept, because I do like the new jar with the black lid. I just think it's so sexy, the black lid with the black jar. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna get another one. Usually one Mahogany Teakwood Intense a year is enough for me, because I do buy all of the different variations of it that comes out throughout the year. So I don't know, I may get another one. I did enjoy this one. Classic scent. Sometimes it's hard for me not to get it. I'll be in store and I'll just smell it, and then somehow it just happens to get into my cart. So I really enjoyed Mahogany Teakwood Intense. I may purchase it again. Down to the last crate of 6, we have Beachside Blanket from Goose Creek. I believe the strength of this in my open concept was a 6, and the throw was a solid 7 in my bedroom. I think I said I would wait until next year to repurchase it if it came back, but it may not come back. So I do have one on the way to me, because I really enjoyed this. And even though it did lean more sunscreen-like, it did have a nice, fresh, clean, like linen or like beach towel undertone to it, enough to make it not be straight up sunscreeny. But I did notice that the sunscreen for me was more at the forefront of the fragrance. Beachside Blanket has notes of soft cotton blanket, beach breeze, warm sand, and dreamy vanilla. And what I did with this one, you guys, once I saw the wick clips, and once the entire wick was black, that's why the wick still looks so tall, I just extinguished it. I didn't just let it go and go and go until it finished, because Goose Creek candles have a way of just like hanging on for dear life at the end of the candle, and it'll still be throwing fragrance too. I don't consider it a waste, because by the time I burn through an entire candle, I'm ready to move on to the next thing. I do rotate fragrances throughout the day, but when I'm consistently burning something to finish it, by the time I get to the end, it's a wrap. But you can always put your candles on a warmer, or, you know, pop the wax out, put this in the freezer, chop it up and put it on a wax melter or whatever. But yeah, this one was nice. I'm glad I got a backup. I doubt I'll burn it this year. I'll probably just hold on to it until next year. I'm trying to get better with my backups, you guys, because space is limited and I don't have space to haul new stuff and returning classics and hold on to stuff for the next season or two. But I really enjoyed this one, and just in case it doesn't come back, I did want to have another one in my stash. Another scent that I enjoy from Goose Creek, Classic Georgia Peach. This one usually comes out every year, so I don't feel the need to stock up on it. This had a strong medium to high strength and throw in my open concept, so a 7, more of an 8 if I placed it in a hurricane. This is just a nice, fresh, authentic, sweet, juicy peach fragrance. I think Goose Creek has been making it in another like seasonal packaging for spring and summer, but this is the core one that I believe is either always around, or if it sells out, it does return the following year. This is the last and only one that I have in my stash, because I think I had 2 of these last year. So this was my second one. Definitely will repurchase it. Now this was one that did burn a little hot and fast at times, so I don't know if my camera gonna pick up. It's just slightly discolored with the wax and a little bit of wick residue in there. But other than that, for the most part, I didn't have any issues with this one. I love this fragrance so much that I will repurchase it next year, or if I see it in my local Walmart, I would definitely pick it up again. Then we have Spongebob Squarepants. This was a yummy pineapple vanilla fragrance blend that also had a strong medium to high strength and throw in my open concept, between a 7 to an 8 without a hurricane. This was so good. I did blend it with, I think it was Welcome to Bikini Bottom. I either enjoyed those two on their own, but then blending them together at times when I was in the mood to burn them both at the same time was amazing. Beautiful burn, no wax discoloration, no soot in the jar. And I did the same thing with this candle as I did with the Beachside Blanket. Once I saw that the wick clips were, I could see the wick clips and the wick was completely burned, I just extinguished it. Scent notes for this one is, sweet pineapple juice, vanilla ice cream, and whipped cream. This was amazing. Like, it was a good amount of pineapple without being too acidic due to that vanilla and whipped cream note being in there. And the whipped cream and vanilla didn't tone the fragrance down too much to where it hindered the strength and throw of the fragrance. I believe this one is sold out, but I'm so glad I got it because I really enjoyed this candle. And if something like this was to return next summer, I would repurchase it. Then we have Blueberry Funnel Cake from the Seaside Summer Collection. This was another one that had a strong, high strength and throw in my open concept. I'll give it an 8 without a hurricane. This one burned hot and fast, so I had to limit my burn time to 2 hours with this candle because the flames would get high and I didn't want to have a whole lot of soot. So you will see some wick residue in there, but the wax didn't discolor too much from the candle being burnt because I really stayed on top of the burn time. This has scent notes of sweet blueberry compote, powdered sugar, and fried funnel cake. I didn't really get the fried dough accord, but it did have a bakery element to it with the blueberry, so it was nice. I didn't repurchase this one because you know how Goose Creek does. They go overkill with stuff sometimes, and a ton of blueberry fragrances that were coming out caught my eye, and I wanted to try those. So I just didn't want to go overboard with too many blueberry fragrances, but I did enjoy this one as a summer fragrance, and if it came back next year, I will repurchase it. Another candle from the Spongebob collection, Patrick. This also threw at a solid 6 in my open concept for me. This was the one that I paired with the vanilla bean candle at times. Patrick has notes of vanilla sundae, chocolate sauce, and sweet bananas. It wasn't heavy on the chocolate sauce or banana notes. I feel like this was more of a vanilla dominant fragrance. Performance was good on this one as well. Wax did not discolor, no soot in the jar whatsoever, and no wick residue. So this had a nice burn to it. I do think I cotton balled this once or twice once I got to the midpoint. I remember cotton balling this candle at least 1 to 2 times. I think this one was more of a slow burn out of all of the candles in this collection. So other than that, I was able to burn it for a full 3 hours without having the flames get too high or feeling like I had to babysit it. So I did enjoy it, but I didn't back up any of the Spongebob collection. As much as I was enjoying the fragrances, I purchased the whole collection and just have too many candles to burn through. Another one that was okay to me. It was nice. I don't know. It was just okay. At first, I think I did say I would repurchase it, but now I'm like, after having burned through it, one and done. But I did enjoy the fragrance. And last but not least, we have Welcome to Bikini Bottom. When I first started burning this candle, I think it started out at about a 6, got up to a 7 before the midpoint. So like I said, this one paired nicely with the Spongebob candle. Welcome to Bikini Bottom has scent notes of tropical fruits, sea salt, coconut sunscreen, and bikini bottom sands. And this was more on the tropical fruity side. It wasn't heavy on the sunscreen note. I really enjoyed this one. Same thing, beautiful wax, did not discolor, no soot accumulation in the jar, beautiful burns on these Spongebob candles. I hope you guys got your hands on it because I know Goose Creek gets a bad rep for how their candles perform. I just don't have that issue. I'm not saying I don't get ones that burn hot and do produce soot, but for the majority of what I've burned through in my past 3 years of shopping with Goose Creek, I don't get terribly sooty burns to the point where I'm like, oh, I would never purchase from them again. And majority of the fragrances I genuinely do enjoy, even if I don't back them up or repurchase them. The ones that I really do enjoy, 9 times out of 10, I'll snag another one and put it aside in my stash. But the Spongebob collection was really nice. It had a lot of variety of fragrances for the summertime. I do feel like Sandy was more of a fall scent. I feel like you could burn Squidward anytime. And then the Welcome to Bikini Bottom and the Spongebob candle, definitely nice summer fragrances. Patrick, you could burn anytime. Mr. Krabs, y'all. I will probably be the only person that burns through that candle. I am planning to have Mr. Krabs in my August empties. So that one, oh my goodness. That candle is strong. It's strong and it's a very distinct, savory French fry smell, like starchy. Oh my goodness. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I know some people just picked it up to have as a part of the collection. They couldn't not get Mr. Krabs and buy all the other ones, and some people just was like, absolutely not. I'm not buying it. I'm not burning it. And if they did purchase it, they just decided they just keeping it for the collection purposes. But that's all I have for this empties video, you guys. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, bye.